able to see polynomial addition now, adding two polynomials. We're going to see first addition of two polynomials using single linked list. So first, try to understand how we are going to represent the polynomial in a single linked list. So first, they will give you two polynomials. With the help of single linked list, you are going to represent them. Then you are going to write a function to add those two polynomials. While you are adding, we are going to make an assumption that the polynomials are stored in the sorted order according to the exponent. So what is the meaning here is, we are going to store all the exponent in the descending order. That means whichever is the highest power, that term should appear first in your polynomial. Generally, when we write the polynomial, we will write like that only. For example, if you take quadratic equation, we will write ax square plus bx plus c. The first term will be the highest power. Okay, so you have to sort your polynomial in the decreasing order of the coefficient, the power, that is the exponent, that we are going to assume. Suppose if your polynomial is not in that order, you have to make it to be in the sorted order. So this is the assumption we are making now. Now let us see example here. First, I have two polynomials, polynomial 1 and polynomial 2. When I want to add those two polynomials, they will give me the linked representation of polynomial 1 and polynomial 2. I'll be creating the linked representation of this polynomial 3. Okay, so now what is this linked representation? Just let us see the example here. First, you take the first polynomial. Here, the first term is 3x squared. So the coefficient here is 3 and the power is 2. If you see all the remaining terms, the power will be less than 2 only. Similarly, in the second polynomial, the highest exponent is 3. So all the remaining terms will have lowest value only. So you have to sort your polynomial in that way, then only you can proceed. Otherwise, this program will not work. Now, what you're going to do is, first, you are going to create the polynomial representation of the resultant polynomial like this. Let us understand first how we are going to store this in the memory. So, the representation of polynomial using linked list contains three different fields. So far in the single linked list, we have seen that every node will have two values. One is the data, another is the link field. That is the next field. But now I am saying that for polynomial, we need to have three different values in a node. First one is the coefficient, second one is the exponent, third one is the pointer to the next node. Always remember, whenever you write program using linked list, there must be a pointer to the next node. Then only you can access all the remaining elements in the linked list. The reason is they have been stored in random memory location. They are not in sequential memory locations. So you need at what address you can find the next data. Now here, if it is single linked list, every node will have only one next field. If it is doubly linked list, every node will have two pointer fields. Here, irrespective of the number of elements in a node can have any number of elements, but irrespective of the number of elements, it will have only one next field in a single linked list. Since we need to store coefficient and exponent in a polynomial, I am taking a single linked list with three fields totally. Two for coefficient and exponent and one more for the pointer to the next node. Now, how we are going to represent this? Let us consider this polynomial. I have 3x squared plus 6x plus 2. Okay, so in this, always, even if it is 2, you have to write as 2x power 0, because we need to store for every node what is the coefficient as well as the exponent. So 2 will be stored as 2x power 0. So first consider the first term. It is 3x squared. So the coefficient is 3 and exponent is 2. So you store them as given in the first box, 3 and 2 as coefficient and exponent. Then in the link field, you have to store the starting address of the next node. Suppose the second node, if it is stored at the starting address 1100, you store that address in the link field. Then in the second node, the coefficient is 6, exponent is 1. So you store them as given in the box. Then in the link field, you have to store the starting address of the next node. The starting address of the next node is 1400, that I am storing here. And when you go to the next node, the coefficient is 2 and exponent is 0. So store them properly. And this is the last node. After this, you don't have any other term in the polynomial. So it should not have any pointer to other nodes. So in the link field, you store null. Now I have created all the three nodes in my linked list. I should know what is the starting address of this particular linked list. For that only, we have head one pointer. This head 1 pointer will contain the address of the first node, because in the first node you are storing the address of the second node. In the second node you are storing the address of the third node, and so on. But where is the address of the first node available? That only we are going to store in a head pointer. So in head 1, I am storing the starting address of the first node, that is 1000. Similarly, you create the representation for the next polynomial also. So in the next polynomial, I have two terms. Now, what we have to do for the resultant polynomial? Just focus here. First, I have to start with the head 1 and then head 2. I have to compare only the power. First, I should not compare any coefficient. I have to compare only the power. Okay, here the power is 2, that is the exponent is 2, and in this exponent is 3. Since here you have the highest exponent, we don't know whether in the second polynomial this 2 will come after this 3 or not. So just forget about this. Whichever is the highest exponent, you take that particular node and store it in the third polynomial. Okay, create one node for the third polynomial. You copy these values. Okay, whichever is the highest exponent from that particular node, you simply copy those values and store it in the third polynomial. So now here it is 3, 3. So I am copying them 3, 3, and I am storing it in this polynomial. So before that, this memory should be created. Okay, because dynamically we are allocating memory to the linked list. So you create the memory. After you create the memory, store this 3 and 3 in this polynomial. Then whatever is the starting address of the memory allocated to you, that address should be stored in head 3. Okay, next, what you will do? Here, from this particular linked list, I have taken this node. So no need to consider this node further. Next, in this linked list, I have to consider the second term. Okay, because first term is already over. I have to consider the second term. What about the first linked list? In the first linked list, you have just taken this for comparison, but this is not yet added to the linked list. Okay, so again, you have to start with the first term only. In the second polynomial only, this is finally added to the final result. Okay, so in the first linked list, you have to still continue with the first term only. But in the second linked list, you have to continue with the second term. That is nothing but the next data. Okay, so now you compare this 2 with this 2. Both are same. When the powers are same, what you have to do is you have to add the coefficients. That is 3 and 6 will be added. You will get 9. Okay, so in the now you create one more new node. In that, in the coefficient you store 9. In the power field you store 2. Then in the link field you keep initially null, because you don't know what will be the next node. So you keep this as null. Now what you have to do is, this node you are going to insert after the previous node. So this 1800, that is the address allocated for this node, it should be stored here. In the previous node link field, you have to store this address. If you don't store that address, this link, red color link, will not be created. Okay, so likewise you have to do for all the nodes one by one. Now I have done for this particular node. When I do for this node, now this time I have to move both the first as well as the second linked list to next node, because I have taken terms from both the linked list. Okay, so this 9 I got by adding this 3 and 6. So both the terms I have considered. So in the first polynomial, I have to now move to the next node, that is 6, 1. In the second polynomial also, I have to move to the next node, but now there is no node. Here I have null. In that case, what you have to do is, you will identify that the second polynomial is over. Okay, so whatever is available in the first polynomial, all the pending items should be created and stored in the third polynomial. So what you will do is, now the 6, 1 you will be copying here, then 2, 0 also you will be copying. After that you have null, that means you will wind up. Okay, so likewise you are going to proceed.